Welcome to Price Plow.
What's up, Price Plow Nation? Mike here. Who is ready for the Outbreak? I'm talking about Outbreak Nutrition's new glucose disposal agent, ADAPT. Now, for those of you who know, we are big fans of Outbreak Nutrition, but in this case, it's going to be all about the blood test because I'm going to be testing my blood sugar and ketone levels, most importantly, blood sugar levels, with a standardized, quote unquote, standardized carbohydrate with this glucose disposal agent. And my standardized carbohydrate is Rich Piana's 5% Nutrition's Knock the Carb Out bar, because I know that this bar spiked my blood sugar 29 points, and that was a low number to me. It spiked to 29 points in 45 minutes. And so we're going to see what happens if I take a couple of these bad boys beforehand. Now, this is a glucose disposal agent, so it is an advanced supplement, but you're typically supposed to take it 30 minutes. It says either take it 30 minutes before a high carbohydrate meal or immediately after a high carbohydrate meal. And what these supplements in general do is that they help shuttle the blood sugars into the muscle cells rather than have them be stored as fat. And so my goal here is that I'm going to try to prevent a blood sugar spike so that my body can continue to produce ketones, because I'm trying to get my way back into ketosis. And I'm wondering if I could prevent some blood sugar spikes when I take protein powders with some of these. So that's my overall goal. But right now, a lot of people have asked, well, when you guys start testing these out, these glucose disposal agents, there's a lot of good brands out there. Outbreak Nutrition's a new one, but Primeval Labs, Redcon, Blackstone Labs, there's like a whole bunch of like really good ones out there. And so I think it's time for me to test them. I'm already doing the blood testing anyway, I might as well. But here's the instructions 30 minutes before. Now, one serving of this is 4 capsules. I'm gonna take 2 capsules because I'm already fasted. I'm not gonna do a huge carbohydrate meal. And I will tell you this, I did one-time test last week, 1 capsule, and it did drop my blood sugar levels 10 points. The ingredients here now in 4 capsules, I'm not taking this whole dose right now today. 4 capsules are gonna provide you 240 micrograms or 100% of your daily value of chromium. And they're getting that from a specialized nicotinate blend. We have a whole blog post about this, so you can read about that if you wanna go into the details, because we cite all the sources showing some kind of wild studies and why they're using like a chelated form of chromium, for instance. The big dose here is that if you take all 4 capsules, and I'm talking about like you should probably do at least like I'd say 75 grams of carbs. You're going to go 4 capsules, and for a big guy, you're going to get 600 milligrams of berberine. Now, berberine is an herb that everyone I think should know about, but not enough people do. I'm not a doctor. I am not diagnosing, treating, or curing any illness or disease, but if you have blood sugar issues or if you are diabetic, I think you should know about berberine. That is the main ingredient here, and it is dosed high. And so that's why I'm starting at only 2 capsules here. There's bitter melon at 500 milligrams. Crazy interesting. I find this fascinating. An ingredient that's never been in a glucose disposal agent before, tamarind. And so tamarind did some wild stuff with diabetic rats, and I think it's a welcome addition here, but then they're looking at some other research that tamarind has been involved with. It could like cleanse you of fluoride. Like there's some crazy stuff with this that I need to look into. Now, cinnamon, a lot of people add cinnamon to their diets to help blunt blood sugar spikes, and that's also been added here in a 10-to-1 extract. So a very potent extract where they're extracting 3 different things out of the cinnamon. The 500 milligrams of cinnamon here is really like getting 5 grams of actual just raw cinnamon, as a spice, because they're extracting it. And then we have 150 mg of banana leaf, standardized to 1% chloroxylic acid, and then the GS4 plus Gymnema sylvestre extract at 400 milligrams. Everything here is dosed huge, but that's because it's at 4 capsules. Now take a look at these capsules. It smells very herby smelling. They don't put these capsules in any like type of, they're not trying to hide anything here. Can I get that to focus? Well, it's a big old green, yellow, olive green kind of capsule. Not hiding anything. It's just in a plain see-through capsule, and you're getting some herbals in here. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna take my fasting blood sugar. I'm about 14 hours fasted now. Then I'm going to wait 30 minutes. We're gonna take it again, and that's gonna be like the big test. Then you're gonna watch me eat a bar, and then we're gonna wait 45 minutes and test again. Now, ideally, I should be testing 30, 60, 90 minutes post-eating, but at that point, I'm gonna be spending like 50 bucks on test strips at that point. I don't wanna do that. And also it's gonna be time to eat a real meal. So we're just gonna wait after 45 minutes. That's my standard time. That's when things spike most for me. And so that's what's gonna happen here. If you have any comments, please leave feedback, because I'm new to the glucose disposal agent blood testing here, but I think that's a reasonable way of doing it. All right, so let's get my fasted blood sugar going. A lot of people have asked, these kinds of reviews. And honestly, I think my reviews aren't going to be really indicative of everyone else's. A lot of people have very personalized experiences with these different ingredients. To me though, the high dose of berberine, like berberine's got so much research behind it. It beat like some prescription drugs like metformin. It beat metformin in some studies with some people. And so that's like just crazy interesting because that's a very popular, I didn't squeeze out enough blood. Come on, Mike. So my fasted blood sugar levels are 91, okay? And where do we think ketones are gonna be? I might just barely be on the edge of ketosis. I kind of screwed up and ate too much protein late at night. I can't help myself. And because when my protein goes too high, I drop out of ketosis. When my protein is too low, I shrink. And so I think I'd like to stay a little bit on the high end, but use these GDAs to handle any of the extra spike that I may get. Okay, I'm not in ketosis as I expected. So this is gonna be all about the blood sugar. Now it's time to take 2 of these. All right, and I will be back in exactly 30 minutes. We will see if I'm below 91, and then we're gonna eat the bar, and then we'll wait 45, and then we'll see where we're at. All right, 30 minutes in, got a blog post published in that time. I already pricked my finger, let's get this going. And so we're gonna compare the Knock the Carb Out after I eat it to, it didn't do anything. Well, it's time to eat this and see, compare it to 120, because that's kind of where it would have been. I'm not even gonna bother testing ketones because it's probably gonna be a 0.2 or 0.3 and waste of $1.50. And so I'm gonna quickly eat this. We could edit some of this so it's not boring. All right, so the 2 caps didn't do anything for my blood sugar apparently, but I'm gonna be back in 45 minutes and we're gonna test to see what happens with my blood sugar. I would expect it to be around 120. We're gonna try to be below that and see if this helps. And we're back 45 minutes later. What is gonna happen here? Can I be below 120? I feel normal, I feel good. Still got a little bit of that taste of that chocolate in my mouth. 120 is our marker. Whoa, 103. Okay, that's impressive. I'm still in a realm of like, this is a decent, almost decent fasted number, but I've had those carbs from the Knock the Carb Out bar. Now, yeah, it is a lower active carb bar, but it did make me spike my blood sugar, especially on the chocolate one, which I just ate. Made me spike 29 points. Here, I'm only up 12 points. So I think with 4 capsules, I can go deeper into carbs. I really need to start doing is getting into ketosis and then seeing what happens when I do higher numbers of carbs. Can I avoid the ketone drop? Because here, my blood sugar didn't spike so much. So I'm thinking that I could have less interference. And so now the whole idea is go in with a high number of carbs, go train and get the, and this is where the berberine really kicks in, but like get that sugar into your muscles, not into your fat. And so that's how you time it up. Instead, I was just sitting here and all that. That's not the whole plan, but this is really cool. I'm at 103 after eating a bar that you know, spikes me between 25 and 30 points. So let's do, I'm not sure what we're gonna do tomorrow, but we're gonna do something. Outbreak Nutrition ADAPT Day 2. I'll be honest, I had cookies last night. So anyway, I'm coming in about 13 to 13 and a half hours fasted right now after those cookies. No clue where this is gonna end up. That's bad. That's why I need to take this stuff. Starting at 110, man, that's terrible. I'm like embarrassed to be posting this video, but I knew something bad was gonna happen. I'm doing 3 capsules. 3 capsules right here, because I still think yesterday was a fluke, and after 30 minutes, I didn't have a single movement. Let's see what happens in 30 minutes, and then we'll be back. Hopefully I'll be below 110, and then we're gonna do it once again, same time, same place. All right, here we are 30 minutes later. I'm telling you what, 3 capsules must be my threshold for getting the burps. I got some really herby burps going on and it's not cinnamon. I don't know which ingredient it is, but the burp game is pretty strong with this one right now. There we go. Okay, so that dropped me down 12 points in the matter of 30 minutes, which is what I went up yesterday when I ate these Knock the Carb Out bars. So cue up the fast clown music. I'm gonna take down another bar and then we're gonna wait another 45 minutes and then see what happens. And the idea is that it's less than a 29-point spike, but hey, we did 12 last time, so I wanna be around that again. Look at that chocolate chip. All right, the bar's eaten. So we started at 110, took the pills, dropped down to 98, and then I ate the bar. Let's find out where we end up, but I would like to ideally stay below 130. Actually, 139 is where I would have been had I not taken these pills. I've given myself a little bit of leeway, but let's see if it continues to drop it and if we get another 12-point spike here. And if so, then I am quite happy. 45 minutes later, got my blood finger pricked, drawn, ready to go. Let's do this. Looks like these Rich Piana 5% bars knocked the, they just knocked the carb out. They knocked the burps out. I don't have any more burps, so chocolate's sitting on top of that now. 122. That's crazy interesting. Okay, so we ultimately ended up exactly 12 points above where we started, as opposed to the 25 to 30 range that I always get. 3 capsules worked essentially the same for me here as 2 did, but the 3 definitely had a better impact on the fasted score that I had there. Overall, I gotta say that I'm impressed and excited because I'm not very much higher again than where I started. The issue for me, and this is one of the negatives of this review, is someone had to be first. This is my first time actually blood testing a GDA or glucose disposal agent. So the fact of the matter is that I don't have any basis for comparison. I've taken some before and I've kind of felt them working a little bit, and you get a good pump when you work out with a ton of carbs and using these and everything. But I don't have any basis of comparison for numbers. So fact is, this definitely worked and it's to my satisfaction right now. I don't know if there's anything better out there, but I do know that out of all the ones we've seen at a full 4 capsule dose, which I'm not going to do for this review, especially because I'm so low carb, you're getting more berberine than you would get in any other product I've seen. With a 3 capsule dose that worked well for me here, 120 V caps here gives you 40 servings of this stuff. So I'm definitely a fan. I always like what Outbreak Nutrition is doing lately. I wish I had better numbers to compare, but we got to get this video up and we're going to show more stuff. But if people like this kind of thing, then we're going to build up a library. Now, here's another thing. I might do another review on this later because I've decided in talking with 5% Nutrition about those keto bars, I've actually talked about, I want to set a standardized carbohydrate, and I don't want it to be a protein bar because there's protein in there. There's a vitamin, there's like that, not the vitafiber, there's the prebiotic fiber in there, and that's not what I want. I need a standardized carbohydrate to test these products with. Actually, 5% Nutrition again has the real carbs. That's the old real food they had renamed to real carbs. That's going to be my standardized carbohydrate for doing these in the future. So we're going to have to build up some baselines, maybe try this again with that, and then test out against some of the competition as well. So stay tuned to the channel. When I'm not doing the keto testing, I want to do this stuff. I'm definitely way into having a lower blood sugar score if possible. I think that's a very important thing for overall metabolic health, and I've seen what happens. I'm very sensitive. I want to keep my blood sugar lower, but I don't want to be like doing 20 carbs a day. Or I don't want protein spiking things. So we're going to go down this road and see how I can keep my blood sugar in line, but not drop so low on carbs or drop too low on protein. And that's where we're going to go. So subscribe to the channel. I appreciate watching. Thanks to Outbreak Nutrition for sending this over. So far, Price Plow approved. I just don't know what's going to beat it. So we'll find out. Thanks.
Welcome to Price Plow.